Hello, everyone, and I'll say good day. For some people, it's morning. For some people, it's afternoon. For those of us in Nigeria, it's evening. Would implore everyone to please keep your microphones muted, even though we're managing that from the admin end. But please keep your microphones muted as much as possible throughout the event, except when you have to speak. Except maybe you've been called upon to speak. Especially for our audience, we're going to be at different points calling on different people to speak. Would let you unmute and speak. Welcome, 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 everyone. It's good to have you all here. We'll have over 60 people already in attendance, which is super impressive. We're going to start right away. Generally, this is an awards event for an essay and photography competition that we put out in November last year. We had impressive submissions, over 150 entries. It's taken us some time to go through and screen through to pull out winners for this. Very impressive submissions. Thank you to everyone here who put in an effort to submit, to send in submissions, and for also Ofiar members who have been putting all the energy and time to ensure that the the scoring of the entries happened and that we're here today. Thank you so much to everyone. We're going to start right away, and as we go along, we'll have different announcements. We'll announce them, we'll say them as we move along. And we're going to start right away with the national anthem. I hope everyone has a copy of a link to access the event for the day was shared by email to everyone that registered. We would also put it in the chat box. That way it's easy for everyone to go through and follow through the events. And today, to start this event, we're going to be starting with the national anthem, and we have a world-renowned saxophonist who is going to be rendering the national anthem. His name is Obi Sax, and after this, Obi would implore that you please share would like to follow you on your pages, YouTube page, Instagram page. Please share on the chat group so that way we can follow you, we can see more of the things that you've posted and you've shared. So we're going to unmute, we're going to go right to the national anthem with Obi Sax. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is O'Brien, also known as Obi Sax, and yeah, I'll be glad to play the national anthem for you guys. So here it goes.
Please, let's give him virtual claps. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. Please share your media handles on the chat group to everyone.
Yeah, sure.
I imagine you have tons of videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I do. I haven't really posted a lot since last year, but
Great.
I have some stuff on Instagram and up on my YouTube as well.
Okay, so on Instagram is ob.sax.
And I'll post my YouTube channel as well.
Thank you. And what else? Sorry?
That is it. The YouTube channel.
Great, thank you. So for everyone that wants to follow, please follow him on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel on YouTube and then follow him on Instagram. Thank you so much, Obisa.
Thanks for the love. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, right here, we're going to go to the welcome address and message from Ofiar will be coming to us from Dr. Aham Oyinke, who is the current president of Ofiar. Ofiar is Organization for Impact and Reform. Dr. Aham, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Busayo. It's a good day to everyone. So I grew up in Enugu and Owerri, and at some point I heard the phrase, "The pen is mightier than the sword." And as a child, I took it literally, and it didn't make sense. You know, it sounded incredulous. Now, Igbo, they talk that I can't talk. But now in life, I really see the wisdom, and it's the reason that we're here today, to celebrate the voices through writing, as well as photography talent of young Nigerians, and to discuss how that can be deployed. Once again, I'm Aham Oyinke, one of many Ofiar spokespeople. I'm originally from Misukwato, Abia State. I'm an orthopedic surgeon practicing in Lagos, Owerri, Washington, D.C., which is a tremendous opportunity and privilege that has afforded me and my family many advantages. I can confess that I won't be where I am if not for some writing skill and abilities that I got growing up in Nigeria. But when coming to the US many, many years ago, my mom had some advice for me, and it's something that was very profound. She told me that as a Black professional walking into a room, most will assume that you're mediocre. Doesn't matter if it's a white person looking at you, a Black person, unfortunately, other Black people as well. Whether you're a teacher, lawyer, a manager of a business, a pilot, a doctor, you then have to demonstrate excellence to be accepted and recognized as good. On the other hand, when a white person walks into a room, a white professional, they are usually assumed to be excellent, and then they have to mess up to be seen as incompetent. And I've honestly seen the advice from my mom because I've traveled to North America and Europe, and generally I find that I have to prove myself to people face to face. But when I write, it's a different story. I'm very often able to distinguish myself in writing in an unbiased manner, different from what I encounter in person. So indeed, in my experience, the writing has been stronger than the sword. I've never had to slash anybody, but I've gotten to where I am by writing. Now, I'm not suggesting that anybody use a pen and start fighting Fulani headsmen or bandits or Nigerian police. But the point is that written communication can defeat all of those enemies if properly deployed. Our guest speaker, Chido, who's a journalist, will elaborate on this some more. I also want to go on to say that the absence of written history amplified the defeat of Africans by our colonizers. We had a lot of relevant history, impressive accomplishments, cultures, and values that were easily cast aside because the written library of this was not as well preserved. And it is also through strong writing and campaigning that we defeated them and eventually gained independence. But the damage they inflicted on our psyche still remains over 200 years later. And so those are important lessons that we can all take, that governments and people in power are usually repressive. It's not surprising what we're seeing with the Nigerian government now. Power is never voluntarily relinquished. It has to be forced. Many have done it. In some cases, in other countries, when it looked even more daunting than what the Nigerian people are facing currently. There was an era where people who felt that they needed to fight for their rights had to write manuscripts and manifestos and underground newspapers and circulate them secretly with fear of being captured and possibly executed. But today we have a significant advantage because technology has allowed us to use cell phones such that we can launch resistant campaign messages without that underground system that was necessary in the past. And that brings us to the reason that we're here today. Looking at the landscape in Nigeria, even a blind man can see that we have problems. These are too numerous to list. Our country is in obvious distress. We have a system of government that can be described as retrogressive. It has therefore become urgent that we Nigerians somehow figure it out. Today, we share some ideas on how writing and photography skills can be utilized in political activism. We clearly need transformational change, and that will not happen by itself. So Ofiar represents the breadth of Nigeria. We have people, of course, in Nigeria, as you'll see on this Zoom broadcast today. But we also have Nigerians all over the world who are part of this movement. We have people in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, the West Indies, and elsewhere, males and females, all religious denominations, students, professionals, retirees, even some people in the military have joined our movement. We're fortunate to have attracted some very bright and successful people within Nigeria who simply care. All of us are coming together looking for solutions, not complaints any longer. We're looking for solutions. We're joining forces and we're growing in strength, and we want to engage our young people, especially the writers, because again, the pen is stronger than the sword or bullet. NSAS was round one, but the pen is really stronger and campaigning is stronger. And we also want to engage our photographers because a picture tells 1,000 words and it's a very effective tool. So this is an effort by Ofiar to work with you in partnership towards a larger mission. And we welcome the voices and talents of all of you, be it through written, pictures, music, comedy, TikTok, whatever the case might be. We just need to advance this solutions-driven campaign to tackle our problem. And that's for the reason that we're here today. The essay and photography competition, it's been impressive. Our judges looked at hundreds of applicants, and they confirmed what we already know, that Nigerians have talent. Most of the entries were impressive. Most, not all, a few people were not listening in class, it seems, but most by far were very impressive. So this endeavor is designed to bring all of us together, all of us, particularly our young people, which is our future. As we know, that element of our society has been neglected. And if we fail the current generation of Nigerians, 70% of our population is less than 25 years old. If we fail this generation, then we fail as a nation. And we know that the Nigerian youth have faced challenges not encountered by counterparts elsewhere. You've had to meander through a rigorous society where systems, including educational, are in shambles. And some of you have done everything you're supposed to do, yet there are no assurances of satisfactory employment when you finish. So we have a system that clearly does not speak for you, is not investing in your future. Recently, when our young people had the courage and rose with answers, the response was with bullets and people were killed. Obviously, that's round one, but it's not defeat. And it may seem like there's no hope, but we cannot give up. We have to be even more determined. We are all stakeholders in this situation. Nigeria belongs to all of us, not to the politicians, not to ABC or PDP, who think that they can do turn by turn and hand over power to each other. So the issue now is, what can we who are outside of the system do? We basically have two choices. One is do nothing, just hope, wish, dream, wait for a better day. Choice number two is do something. And that's what Ofiar membership are doing. We've chosen choice number two, to do something. So we are a collection of Nigerians from all over the world who are basically dissatisfied with the status quo and are ready to act. Many Nigerians all over the world feel the same way, but have just failed to sufficiently organize ourselves to use our majority situation to overcome our challenge. So the first step is always to organize. And as we've started to do that and come together, we've seen an impressive congregation of Nigerian minds that leaves no doubt that we can achieve the Nigeria of our dreams. That was the most popular choice in our essay competition, by the way. But with the challenges facing Nigeria, it makes sense that we put our best people in charge. You would think, you can compare this to any other endeavor. If you have a football team that's failing to perform, you find the best coach. If you have a business that's failing to make money, you find the best manager for your business. Our country is failing, yet we have a system that produces people who seem to embody the least rather than the best attributes of leadership. You cannot have a bad team aspiring for championships and then hire rubbish coaches. Similarly, how many of you here will hire the current president to run your family business? Think about that, but he can run the country. So we need to affect the system so that our best prepared, best qualified, most competent Nigerians end up in leadership. People who speak to our needs, who can create a new system constitutionally, if that's what it takes, who understand the global landscape, have a coherent plan to address challenges, and inspire confidence in all of us. Nigeria has what it takes. We just need that leadership. And that's what this movement is about, to participate in an organized, driven, effort based on ideas that pull us all together. So at this point, if you agree with us that enough is enough, that we cannot wait any longer, that we need each other from all over, that we can join forces with others doing similar work, not reinventing the wheel, that we have to move forward because we cannot go back, that standing still or sitting out is no longer an option, that we all want the same thing, a new scheme that will deliver better governance. If you agree that the challenge of fixing Nigeria is not really insurmountable, it is just very, very high, that by organizing we can grow in strength, that with overwhelming strength from people at home, the diaspora, young people, old people, we can achieve transformation. Then I encourage you to stay engaged with us beyond the alerts that some of you might have leave for winning. We welcome everybody's participation to join us and pull others in to attain that overwhelming strength and gain momentum. We encourage everybody to join our movement and fit in your own way, whether it's photography, music, organizing, IT skills, whatever you can bring to the table. So today we celebrate all our young people who have participated in the competition. And once again, we welcome all participants on this forum to join our movement. We will post details on how you can join us in the chat. I'll end here by saying that we promised a fun evening today, a celebration of our winners and other writers. God bless all of you, and God bless our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aham. Immediately, we're going to go to the next item, and this is particularly interesting because now we're diving into the photography part of the event, and we have a renowned photographer who's going to be talking to us. Now, these days, most people have stumbled on photography or find it as a passion or something that's got a camera and like to do it, but there's something particular about the speaker today is that he studied photography. And he didn't study photography today, he studied photography over 20 years ago. I'm going to have the honor to introduce Mr. Dayo Adedayo, who trained as a photographer at Westminster College and the University of Westminster, both in the United Kingdom. He worked as a freelance photojournalist with Ovation International, the #1 celebrity magazine in Africa, for a few years. Several of his works adorned the front cover of the Ovation magazine for over a 4-year period. And then the best-selling edition, See Dubai and Die, in 2002, was by Dayo Adedayo. With over 4 million images in his archives on Nigeria, he is the author of 14 other books. His photography works adorn the pages of the Nigerian e-passport, the 100 Naira notes that was released to mark the centenary celebration of Nigeria, the walls of Lagos and Abuja International Airports, and several institutions and homes across Nigeria. He is a member of the committee set up to introduce photography as a course in Nigeria Polytechnics. And then he's currently an external examiner at Auchi Polytechnic, Edo State. He hopes that his works will add to the growing canon of contemporary African photography that seeks to challenge perceptions, broaden audiences, and show the world the beauty of Nigeria like never before. Please join me to welcome Dayo Adedayo.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning in the US and Canada, and good evening in Nigeria. As you've heard, my name is Dayo Adedayo. I'm just a photographer. I'm going to deviate a little bit from Dr. Oyike's perception about activism. For me, photography is the best medium to to tell a story. The reason being that it is right in your face, it is still. And seeing an image over and over and over again, it changes perception. And I'll go straight to the topic instead of deviating from what the topic is all about. And I'm going to give 6 examples of photographers around the world, 2 in Nigeria, 2 from America, and one from Europe, and the last person from Brazil, Sebastian Salgado from Brazil, who is into documentary photography. Most of us must have seen his work, what he has done. And so from Sebastian, I will go straight to myself, who started, who was in Kenya recently in the early 2000s to document the great rhinos in the Serengeti. And this led to the West banning of people using rhinos' horns for jewelries in Asia because it's very common, both rhinos and elephants. So you can see how little things are. Then, if I go back long in time in the Great Depression of America, you have Dorothy Alange. A famous picture was a migrant mother with a baby. Most of us would have seen that picture. It's a black and white image when Roosevelt commissioned several photographers to document the country. I've been preaching this in Nigeria because we talk about poverty, we talk about infrastructures. All these are just in abstract. But do we actually see those images? The answer is no. And to worsen the situation, if you look at contemporary Nigerian history from 1999 till date, the only person that I've seen, or two people that I know that have really documented, or 3, let me push it to 3, that have really documented what they've done while in government was one, Babatunde Raji Fashola, the former governor of Lagos State. There is nothing that he did in the 8 years that he was in Lagos State from day to day. If you ask him, he'll be able to give you that precise date. That I'm 100% sure of. Then I will go to Borno State. Limodu Sheriff, former governor of Borno State, 8 years documented. And of late, I would say former governor Ibikun Amisu, now a senator, he too tried to document everything that he did. You know, the reason why photography is good is in years to come, you will get to see most of these things. And if we look into Lagos, that we are all conversant with, not a lot of people knows what this Ozumba Ambadiwe route used to be before the toll gates. You know, it used to be a dumping site up until 2004-5, where people just drop garbage in there. Unfortunately, because the governor then, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do not have someone in his team who is really going to die, who really documented all these things. So we lost that view forever. So we do not even know what that area used to look like. So people coming there today will just think, oh, it's always been like this. So I'll move away from Dorothy Alange. I'll move to Louis Hine. Louis Hine was a sociologist and a photographer. And it is because of Louis Hine, he was an American too. It was because of Louis Hine that the child labor law was enacted in America, because most of his work were just on children working in factories and doing things that adults were doing today in a terrible, terrible situation. Then I will go to Turkey. A Syrian boy, very young boy, less than 2 years of old. Most of us, if we listen to this, would have that image in our mind. You know, washed up by the sea in Turkey, and that was what led to the serious evacuation of people on the Mediterranean Sea, trying to cross the Mediterranean into Europe. Then in Nigeria, I will come to George Oshodi, who I will call the master of the Niger Delta. Without George Oshodi, most of the degradation going on in the Niger Delta would not have been in the public view. He knew the Niger Delta in out so much that he became friends with most of the militants in the Niger Delta. And with that, the rest of the country was able to see what was going on between the oil majors and the locals who are busting pipelines to see what was happening in the Niger Delta in those days. The sixth person I would say I will discuss is me. And why am I discussing myself? I see a different thing in Nigeria in comparison to most people. We all know the problems of Nigeria. We all talk about the bad roads, the infrastructures, the schools. I mean, if you see the recent kidnapping that happened in Niger State, I was just laughing when I saw those pictures. I even have worse pictures than that of schools and offices from that particular state. But what I've done and what I promised myself is maybe when I'm long gone, people that have access to my archives will be showing those things. I promised myself that you only see me publish anything good on Nigeria for a simple reason. There is power in the tongue, and there is power in our thoughts. Up until recently, if you go on the internet and look for images on Nigeria, you hardly see anything good to talk about Nigeria. I mean, I started the journey in 2003. It's a kind of activism for me as well. And all I'm trying to do is, having studied abroad, lived abroad for a very long time, you hardly see books on Nigeria like you see of other countries and cities of the world. So coming back to Nigeria, and when I started the journey in 2003, I was amazed at the kind of things that are in this country, like the Owu water cave that you are showing now. I would say I was the very first person to bring out Owu cave into the consciousness of the people. Even though Owu cave has been in Enugu for millions of years, people talk about it. And when I went to the cave in 2005, I was told that if I take the picture without permission, it will come out dark. Nobody will see what I've taken. And I was just laughing to myself that these people do not know the power of photography, or they don't know what they're talking about. So by the time I left the cave and the people started seeing the cave, this must have inspired lots and lots of my compatriots to say, okay, if Daya can do this, I can do this as well. And in that part of my activism, it has now brought the tourism consciousness into a national space. Unfortunately, it is really unfortunate that, like if Awolowo said during his lifetime, the children that you refuse to train will come back to haunt you one way or the other, is what we are having from our northern brother at the moment. I don't like to dwell much into politics, even though we all play politics one way or the other in our lifetime. In our lives, but the insecurity that we are witnessing today in Nigeria wasn't there some 10, 15 years ago. I drove myself around the 774 local governments in Nigeria. It was very interesting, and I really had fun, driving myself. Look at Borno State. Borno State appellation is the home of peace, which is quite ironic today that is where you have nobody can go to Bama, nobody can go to Baga. I was in Baga for nearly 2 weeks on the Lake Chad, having fun, just going back and forth. I was in Kalabage, which was more just like a desert. Nobody can go to Kalabage today in Borno State, which is quite sad. So I hope and pray these insecurity things will fade away. I don't want to blame anyone. We all know where the problem lies, but my own case is, what are you doing? What are you giving back to the country? What will people say about you? What are you giving back? It's not about take, or criticize. Everybody has their own opinions. It is very easy to criticize, but to me, is the positivity of things. And the majority of us, I mean, if you are 45 and over in Nigeria, you've seen a bit of Nigeria. What are we doing? And it is quite sad and unfortunate that that age group, 45 and over, if we cannot play a positive role in the next few years, it will be really sad, because our retirement will be really, really bad. And to worsen the matter, the statistics is not even in our favor, because only 3.5% of Nigerians are 65 years and over. So that means the average lifespan is just next to nothing, 47, 48, So for someone like me who studied photography, who knows what photography can do to change the narratives, I'm doing mine, not just to sell tourism, but to change the mind of people that, oh, wow, do we actually need to go to Europe? Do we actually need to go to America? There is so much in this country. It is unbelievable. I mean, you go to the best place in Nigeria, Taraba, Gembu. There's even a fake video on social media that started trending yesterday. I don't know who posted it first. The waterfall, which looks exactly like Gembu, but it's not Gembu, And take the waterfall away, that whole geographical area is just what you have in Taraba. From the bottom of the base to the top of the base is 122 kilometers. I clocked it when I was about going off to say, okay, let me see. Obudu, that everybody talks about, is only 22 kilometers. Gembu from the bottom to get to Gembu is 122 kilometers of breathtaking beauty that you can't get anywhere else in this country. We are blessed. Taraba State should be far richer than Lagos State if they know what they're doing. But of course, like Doctor said earlier on, Nigerians are playing wonderfully well all over the world, doing what they have to do. One of the best doctors, scientists, literature, anything, music you look into, we have Nigerians. Our major problem today is just politics. And why is this so? The reason is very simple. We all complain, we all have opinion on how things should be, but are we playing partisan politics? The answer is no. So for me, my own contribution today is, it would be nice, not everybody will be a politician, but it would be very nice if majority of us, 45 and above, who have been lucky to have a bit of Nigeria, I would even say 50 and above, enjoy Nigeria a little bit, should join active politics, join a party. It doesn't matter whether you win today or tomorrow, but at least you'll be able to see what is going on there and be able to make your contribution. I mean, this is Matam Father, where they do the Arugungu fishing festival, one of the best fishing festivals in the world. This cannot be held because of insecurity. I was there in 2005, 2006. Beautiful festival. But unfortunately, like I said, we need to start coming out with positive things. Negative thoughts will not take us anywhere. And there's nothing like photography to take us from one point to the other. By the time we start seeing the beauty in our country, what will now happen is people will now start exploring. I mean, look at the sand dunes. This is it. Nobody can get to this place now. Nobody. Where is this now? Damasak. Very close to the Niger border. And when you go to Yobe, the one in Yobe is even, oh gosh, it's out of this world, because there is an oasis somewhere along the line that we see trees and everything right inside the desert. These are things that we need to teach our children. I schooled in the village, and we did a tour of Ogun State then, going to Oyo State. But can I today? The answer is no. But I know very soon, because there is nothing that has a beginning that hasn't got an end. To me, I've been to over 40 countries. I live abroad for over 20 years. I'm coming back to Nigeria. I'm going to all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. I can gladly say I am one of the few Nigerians that have really seen this country. I've moved to the high and mighty. I've been with the lowest of the lowest. I've been with the poorest of the poorest. But I can say we are so endowed, and I can gladly tell you from the bottom of my heart that this is the most beautiful country in the world. And what makes Nigeria so beautiful is people are so forgiving. You cannot imagine the havoc that a lot of people have committed in this country. Yes, people are still saying, no, let it go. It's the only country in the world to buy a brand new vehicle, no matter how expensive it is, and Okada will run into you and go on his stomach prostrating, begging you. You just let the poor guy go at the end of the day. So for me, these are things that will get you a bullet in your head in some other countries. I mean, if not for the insecurity, our crime rate is so low, but we do not tell our stories. The amount of rapes that happen in South Africa every day, if it is published, a lot of people would not even go there. I mean, the US that we are all talking about, we saw what happened at the Capitol. I mean, we saw in a day, I mean, over 3,000 people die of gunshots in the US. So for me, all that is needed is just simple things for most of us to play an active role in politics. And wherever we find ourselves, if you're an engineer, try as much as possible to create something in your own little corner. The roads are bad. Come up with something that will make it cheaper for us to do the roads. We don't have electricity. Come up with something in your own field that, things will happen. And by the time we gather everything together, like they say, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. So for me, photography is the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I'm using that photography to tell the Nigerian story, to say, hey guys, this country is not really what you were talking about. Not a lot of people knows what is going on in this country. Visually, when you see those monuments, those historical sites, if I tell you the largest man-made structure ever in the world is in Nigeria, people will doubt you. It's in Edo State, just over there. People will doubt you. The largest monument is in Lagos State, and there's several things across the country. We all have these things around us, even though some people are saying the North should go, the South should go, we want this, we want that. There is joy. The economic factor of many is a lot better than the few. And that is why Europe, America, Canada, and the rest of them are signing trade agreement within each other, because, at the end of the day, your people will be saturated. You want to expand your markets. We have that market at the moment. What is just lacking is just that focus, that one person. In terms of creativity, I'll give it to Nigerians, not because I'm in Nigeria, because creativity is like food. If the food is good, it's good. If it is not good, it's not good. Nigerians are extremely creative. Is it in writing? Is it in our hearts? Is it in our culture, our tradition? We have everything. So that is what I'm using photography to do, to say, yes, let's come out with all these things. And at the end of the day, the world will see a different Nigeria, because why? The highest numbers of people in diaspora were taken from Nigeria. And I just could not imagine Nigeria getting better tomorrow. Those Blacks who want to see their motherland, some will stay back. And if you look at the example of Lagos Island, when the returnees from Brazil came back, they changed the economy of Lagos. The best houses, the richest man ever in Nigeria was part of the people that came back from Brazil. Look at Bishop Ajayi Crowther. Those are the things I'm using my photography to say, hey guys, look at what is there. This is money. This is monument. We can make a fortune out of this, and we don't have to rely on the Niger Delta oil and gas. That can be used to fund infrastructure, but others can be used to do something else as well.
We recommend that everybody go. His website is www.dayoadedayo.com. It has a lot of these images there. I can see someone already sent a comment to say, indeed, after listening to you, I'm proud to be a Nigerian. This has been really inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then up next, we're going to be listening to a commentary on the photography competition. Now, this has been a good lead for us to get to know the winners of the photography competition and then get to see the best images from the top 10 contestants. So I'm going to call on Dr. Emeka Acholono of Ofiar. You'll be speaking to us in the next 5 minutes.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. We're very, very happy to see you all, and we're grateful for your participation. My name is Emeka Acholono. I am from Imo State. Here in the United States, I'm a general and bariatric surgeon. So the selection for these pictures was very, very difficult. I mean, I could not believe the talent we have with so much little. I mean, the gentlemen and women, ladies, the ladies and gentlemen that did this, I just doffed my hat for you guys. With so little, you did so much. I wish I could speak more, but I'm constrained on time. I hope that this quality, whatever made you guys have this quality, I hope you realize that you can put it in other things in the society. We believe in Nigeria. We all believe in Nigeria. We believe our diversity is strength. We believe we can compete anywhere. We know that. We've seen that. So it's now a matter of our believing ourselves and realizing that there's just one more area that we need to fight and fight aggressively. We cannot allow our country to keep going down this path. We cannot just keep quiet. Every other country, at least most countries, when things like this happen, there's subtle or overt efforts to change it. But for some reason, many of us are subtle. We just accept it the way it is. And I think at this moment, we rely on our younger people, you younger guys, to lead it. You guys have done it before last year. You can do it again. And join us, Ofiar. Let's all see how we can make things better. And hopefully, this won't continue for much longer. So let's go to the, we don't have a lot of time, so we just have to move on to the presentations. Again, it was very difficult. We have to try our best to make sure we actually select the best pictures because they were all so good. Busayo?
Yes, please.
Please, yes. Let's continue with the next.
Now, I was going to call on Dr. Balamusa for the announcement of the winners. Well, we'll take the slideshow at the point of the announcement of the People's Choice Award. At the end, towards the end of the program, we're going to have 10 of the slides, 10 of the best entries to be presented, and we're going to rely on the entire, almost 100 people here to vote so that we can have the People's Choice Award. While all other, the winners for all other entries have been determined, the top 3 have been determined, and the honorable mentions have been determined, but this particular award will be determined by the entire audience, so we look forward to doing that again. At this point, I'll call on Dr. Balamusa for the announcement of the winners and honorable mentions for the photo competition.
Thank you, Busayo. And again, we congratulate the winners out of hundreds of submissions. The judges have identified 10 top winners. I will begin with this from the 10th to the 1st. And the first 6 people that I will announce can just say hello or just one word. And then the last 4 people, we will say very briefly about them. So of the 10, top 10 winners and honorable mention, number 10 is Emego Nzube Chikodili, a political science student at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Number 9 is Okoli Clement, a biotech student at Federal University of Technology, Owerri. And number 8 is Uche Henry Chibukem, an information technology student at Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Number 7 is Toluwanimi Oludipe, an electrical engineering student at Olabisi Onabanjo University. Number 6 is Alex Ifesinachi Nwachukwu, a pharmacy student at University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Number 5 is Colby Justine Jonathan, an architecture student at the Federal University of Technology, Mina. Runner-up to the 3rd position, Folorunsho David Adura Gbemi is a mass communication student at Polytechnic of Ilefe. And I just want to mention that Florencio started photography in 2013 as a hobby and went on to do commercial photography and is now doing online photography. The other, also third person tied for the tech position is Favor Obioha. Favor Obioha is a biotechnology student at Federal University of Technology, Owerri. He's a writer, he's a content creator, a Nigerian explorer, and practicing photographer. Our second place winner is Temple Uzoma Maduoma, a chemical engineering student at Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Temple is a storyteller, and he's an impact-driven social entrepreneur, a writer, photographer, a podcaster, and an all-round storyteller. Our top winner for the photography competition, as has been mentioned, it shows great skill, expertise for somebody to come out of all the competition to be the very top. So first place winner for the photography competition is Kesta Kanayo Onyemachi. A photographer, is a geology student at the University of Benin, graduate rather from the University of Benin, whose love for art and storytelling has seen him dabble into photography and creative writing. We would say that you are more than dabbling, considering what you have accomplished. Again, we see you there. And although photography seems more like profession, it doesn't stop at just the expressing art, but uses words and images to make a difference. So please speak to the audience for a minute.
I don't know, but I feel like a minute is too long because I really don't know what to say. I feel very elated, and I am actually very, very, very happy. This is the first time I'll be winning an actual competition, and I've applied for so many. So like, thank you very much for this opportunity to actually show my works and express myself. And I'm really happy that I won.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and congratulations again to you. For the honorable mentions, there's each of you is also going to receive a cash prize award. That will be announced later. That means all the top 10. Now what on the flyers will announce prizes for the first 3. However, we are also going to give cash prizes to the first 10. So all honorable mentions, you also have awards. So the writing part of the competition, and we're going to have a communication consultant and a journalist speak to us on the role of writing in social justice activism. I'm going to invite upstage Mr. Chido Wakama. He is a communication professional with broad exposure, 29 years experience and sound professional management practice, covering corporate communications, general management, marketing, and journalism. He is currently an adjunct faculty, writing and media, School of Media and Communications of the Pan Atlantic University in Lagos, and is the Chief Executive Officer of Blue Flower Limited.
The primary message is that we need to find our voice, each of us. We should find your voice to speak to the issues of the moment in Nigerian politics. So Nigeria is in the throes of change. The ruling party, APC, spoke about change when it was coming in, and it helped them to win. Since then, change has buffeted APC and the country from various directions, mainly in the areas where it promised to deliver positives. Instead of positives, it has delivered negatives. These areas are the economy, security, and the overall state of the nation. Nigerians have experienced negative change in all 3 areas. And now Nigerians clamor for reform, beginning with the structural foundation of the country. Many are calling for us to change the structure of the country. But what does it all mean? And what role should the writer play in all of this? The writer is an intellectual or anyone who deals in and with ideas. So most of us may not have the job description of writer, but because we deal in ideas and facts and figures, images, visuals, as Dayo Adedayo has shown us, you can do activism with photos. There are many platforms now that allow us to post photos to talk about issues. Wikipedia says an intellectual is a person who engages in critical thinking, research, and reflection about the reality of society, who may also propose solutions for the normative problems of society and thus gains authority as a public intellectual. Writers fit into this schema naturally, but all of us who also do other things, here is an invitation saying, be a public intellectual, contribute to ideas and issues in Nigeria. And when I speak of the broad canvas of Nigeria, I usually remind myself and those I interact with that we should start from our local areas. All politics is local. Because of it, I got involved in my professional associations. I've been president of the Public Relations Consultants Association of Nigeria, of the International Association of Business Communicators Nigeria. I have been involved in my school Old Students Association. And then in the estate where I live, I got involved because we can't just be complaining. The gentleman who died and we celebrated, Latif Kade Jakonde, moved from activism of the pen to getting involved in politics, and we can see what difference he made. His government laid the foundation of today's Lagos. It defined Lagos. So we should get involved. Noam Chomsky asserts that it is the responsibility of intellectuals to speak the truth and expose lies. Chomsky says that faced with obvious lies, outrages, and oppression, intellectuals should follow the path of integrity wherever it may lead. His umbrella for intellectuals takes in journalists, academics, artists, even clergy. The management scholar called all of us now knowledge workers, and all knowledge workers should be involved. But good writers have well-defined vision and mission statements. It often includes participation in the conversations about the past, the present, and the future of their countries. It's a primary reason for writing, participating in the direction of your country. Even the Christian Holy Book recognizes the role of the writer in visioning. So let's look at what the Bible says about visioning. Habakkuk 2:2. Most of us are familiar with it if you're a Christian. Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. So instead of just complaining in your corner, write the vision, share those thoughts with the people in your sphere of influence. Romans 15:4 says, for everything that was written in the past was written for our instruction, so that through endurance and the encouragement of the scriptures, we might have hope. And Revelation 1:19 says, therefore, write down the things you have seen, and the things that are, and the things that will happen after this. And we go back to Deuteronomy. It says, and you shall write distinctly upon these stones all the words of this law. Write, write. Isaiah 8:1. Then the Lord said to me, take a large scroll and write on it with an ordinary stylus. Jeremiah 32. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Write in a book all the words that I have spoken to you. And Jeremiah 36:2. Take a scroll and write on it all the words I've spoken to you concerning Israel, Judah, and all the nations, from the day I first spoke to you during the reign of Josiah until today. So, all of it, we have injunctions that say, write, write, all of us, not just those who are professional writers, but all of us are, it's recommended that we should write down our thoughts, share them, influence people. Chinua Achebe famously stated that the role of the writer is to teach and provide guidance for the people. In Antilles of the Savannah, he observed, only the story can continue beyond the war and the warrior. It is the story that outlives the sound of war drums and the exploits of brave fighters. It is the story that saves our progeny from blundering like blind beggars into the spikes of the cactus fence. The story is our escort. Without it, we are blind. Does the blind man own his escort? No, neither do we, the story. Rather, it's the story that owns us and directs us. But we have to write that story. We have to document what is happening in our lives and in the lives of our communities, in the lives of the nation. So the writer is required to be a teacher, a mentor, a mobilizer, and more. Indeed, UNESCO in 1980 listed several functions of communication. They align with the role of the writer. These functions of communication are: 1, information; 2, socialization; 3, motivation; 4, debate and discussion, providing a forum for debate and discussion; 5, education; 6, cultural promotion. Through his photography, Dayo is writing our story of culture and tourism. 7, entertainment. 8, integration. All of these are things that we do when we get involved in communication by writing, by speaking, and all that. So we can only influence the political process in that way, and then there will be a call on us, some of us, to move in and occupy seats in the parties and influence things from inside, not from outside. Pick up your pen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chido Wakama. This has been a real call to action on photography, on writing. This has been a call to action. We encourage everyone here. There are opportunities within Ofiar to lend yourself to this, in addition to where you're already participating in the Passion for Nigeria. As on social media, we're at Ofiar NG, that's at OFIARNG on Instagram and on Twitter. Feel free, if you want to post anything about this event, hashtag Ofiar Awards, OFIAR And our website is www.ofiar.org. Forward to hearing from you. We want to see more of you, and there are openings within the group for you to participate and be a part of what we're doing at any point. It's a not-for-profit. We all have a passion for Nigeria. That's why each person that is here, I believe, has one passion or the other. And we're mostly, if not all, Nigerians. So let's do this together. We're going to move on. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Chido Wakama. That has been a very good one. We're going to move now to the commentary on the essay competitions. A lot of the people that submitted entries are here. I'm sure they're itching to hear what it was like. I'm going to call on Professor Chuka Omecheli from Ofiar to take that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would say that I'm glad to be part of this. One of the things that I find is having the opportunity to actually read work done by young men and ladies in Nigeria, and really establish my faith that there are very strong writers in Nigeria. And I think that you really stand a chance to make a difference because this is your world. In my own case, my own world is not going to be there for a long time, but you guys own Nigeria in the future, and you have a lot of work to do. And I think that's why you're here. I would say that I read the essays. I was one of the people that reviewed your essays. There were a lot of essays, and several of them were remarkable. There were three key things that I want to touch on. One is that you did talk about your love for Nigeria, which really came out through the essays. That was quite evident in terms of the writing and how much you really love Nigeria. The second one is your anguish really came true that this is a great country with so much opportunity, and yet it's barely scratching the surface. And that was expressed through your essays. And I think that's remarkable. But you have a good opportunity to really rectify this and move Nigeria ahead. And even though you might look at yourself and you say, I'm an individual, working with other people, you can really make a change. And that's what our Ofiar is here to do, is to look at young men like you, young ladies like you, to join hands in trying to create a better country for all of us. Because this country belongs to all of us. It doesn't belong to any other person. It doesn't belong to a small group of people who may be at the helm right now. You can make that change so that country works for us the way we want it to work for us. And it's really in your hands. And I'm really elated with reading the essays, as I said, because it does give us some idea of what's in there. And there, I will then talk about one particular essay. For me, out of our over 100 essays, maybe close to 200 essays, this essay stood out in terms of the message that it sent. And possibly the author will be listening to this, and I think the author is there. But I'm going to read through some of the things in this essay. One was, it says, how long would all Nigerians dream and wish to be citizens of a better country? And he says in this essay that he had an opportunity to be at Aso with the vice president, invited by the vice president. And he titles this essay, the Soros, I think he calls it the Sorosoke generation. And he goes on to express his feeling. And he does this really strongly. He says that in Nigeria, that he can touch or he can talk about the anthem for our dear country. And he says that anthem says, to serve with heart and might. And then he uses the passage from the anthem. He says, one nation bound in freedom, peace, and unity. This, he says, helps to solidify our hopes for a future generation. And that future generation, he christens the Sorosoke generation. I think it's the generation of the young people today. But one thing that comes through this is that there is hope. Young men and women cannot sit back and allow this country to be taken from them. If they do so, then they would live to regret it. You have a great opportunity to be part of those who determine where Nigeria is going in the future. And you cannot let that opportunity just die. So from your writing and your activism, you can make a difference. And this is why Ofiar is here. So basically think about joining Ofiar, joining the movement to create a better Nigeria, the Nigeria that you dream of. The essay says in the end, it says, I see the stars. Then it asks the question, do you see the stars yourself? If he can see the stars, what it requires is for everyone else to be able to see those stars in the horizon of a better Nigeria, of a better country. I think it's a charge for all young men and women. And it's a major charge of which if you fail, you will live to regret it. You have an opportunity. And I think it comes out from your essays. But the next thing is make a difference with that opportunity. That's what the call to action is all about. In my view, that essay is a telling essay. It notes the problem and sees a promising future for which all of you are part of. Ofiar is part of that as well. I believe all you young men and ladies have an opportunity to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a good one, and also a call again to join in this movement. The interesting thing about Ofiar is that we have a very diverse group. We have young people, older people, doctors like professors like Professor Chuka who just spoke. And also have people across different parts of Nigeria. You come here, we have people that speak different languages, different parts of Nigeria. Well, one Nigeria here, you've heard Professor Chuka, who is from the east. Of course, I'm Busayo from the west. We're going to be speaking to Dr. Fatima Lawson is going to be speaking with us next. And she's from the north. We have people from the south, from the southeast, from the northeast. We have people across Nigeria. Dr. Balamusa spoke with us earlier. We have more people even on the group. We have Dr. Chiadi Oyinke. We have Barrister Ike Owana on the same call. We have Dr. John Adesioye. We have a lot of our members, Margaret Osimobi, a lot of our members right in the audience. Dr. Uche Ojaku, who is also going to be speaking with us along the way. We have people from across Nigeria, so you're not going to feel left out. You're not going to feel like it's just you. Please join the movement. We look forward to welcoming you. And now Dr. Fatima Lawson is going to be announcing the winners and the honorable mentions for the essay competition. Dr. Fatima Lawson, over to you.
Thank you very much, Busayo. Really, that is the Nigeria of our dreams. People from all over the country working together. It is my esteemed honor to announce today's writing contest winners. As Professor Umechili said, we received a lot of wonderful entries, and I had the privilege of reading at least 60 of those. So we know that it was a very difficult choice. So if you're mentioned today, it shows that you produce some very quality writing, and it doesn't matter the position. Just make sure that you try again, as the photography contest said earlier, that he has entered so many contests. Without further ado, I am definitely going to start with the honorable mentions. By the way, my name is Fatima Lawson and I'm from Kano. The first on our list of honorable mentions is actually Esohe Rebecca Omorui, and she wrote on the state of tertiary education in Nigeria. She's a legal practitioner and studied in Uniben. Next is Monday Akeriale Paul, also wrote on the state of tertiary education in Nigeria, and is a chemical engineering student from Uniben. Yeah, Uniben, wow. And then the eighth person is Timezie Usman Nainna. I think it's Tirmezi Usman Nainna, forgive me for mispronouncing your first name. Wrote on the Nigeria of my dreams, a chemistry student at Modibo Adamu University of Technology in Yola. After that comes Maduforo Victor Uchechukwu, wrote on the Nigeria of my dreams also, a chemical engineering student from the Federal University of Technology in Owerri. Followed by Cyprian Kenechukwu Nwabueze. He wrote on the diversity in Nigeria, a blessing in disguise, a philosophy student from Pope John Paul II, the second major seminary in Awka, Anambra State. And then we have Chijioke Egwu Eku Malko, wrote on the state of tertiary education in Nigeria. And this person is a history and opinion writer student from Ebonyi State University. And then we have Arowolo Sheung Samuel, wrote on the Nigeria of my dreams, a medical laboratory student from the University of Ibadan. And now, the finalists, starting with the second runner-up for the writing contest. Take a deep breath. The second runner-up is Oyinlola Samuel Abosede, wrote on the Nigeria of my dreams. Is a chemical engineering student from Obafemi Awolowo University. And this person wants to use his voice and the power of the pen, how fitting with what our leaders talked about this morning, to change the world. So Ofiar is definitely a place for you. The first runner-up is Samuel Iru Sota, wrote on the state of tertiary education in Nigeria. It's a law student and a practitioner already from the Nigerian Law School, Victoria Island in Lagos. This person is a poet, author, and realtor, and has actually published a book titled A Boy's Body is War. Can't wait to get my hands on that book. And now, the winner of the highly contested writing contest is no other than Izebe Egbogami, writing on the Nigeria of my dreams. And this person is a dentistry and dental surgery student from the University of Benin, and is actually the national president of the Dentistry Students Association, and has written and co-written very, very many award-winning essays. So this is definitely very befitting. So congratulations to all our winners, and of course, our honorable mentions as well. Thank you for the opportunity, and over to you, Busayo.
Please join me to welcome Kairat Animasha Ajiboye to do that.
Hello, everybody. Congratulations to all our winners. We are so proud of you. We are so excited to have you all here. I can see Zebe is really, I can see you. So I'm going to go to you first, Zebe. I have a question for you. As a travel enthusiast with a multicultural background, how has that influenced your view about the Nigeria of your dreams?
Okay, good evening, everybody. As you know, my name is Izebe. Okay, to the question, I'm actually, I stay in the north, but I'm from the south, and my dad is from Edo State, my mom is from Kaduna State. So when I see Nigeria, I feel so, because I'm from both sides of the divide, north and the south. So I just have this Nigeria, because even so, will I go to the south, will I go to the north? So this, my multicultural background, has given me a new perspective about Nigeria, which makes me to want Nigeria to.
Thank you very much, Izebe. I know we had a little bit of friction there, technology, but we heard you, we could feel you, and we appreciate the fact that you have parents from both sides of the aisle, and that has really motivated and encouraged you to see Nigeria as a place where we all can live peacefully and happily. Thank you so much. Okay, I guess it's only Izebe that is here amongst the top 3 winners of the Speakers Award. I'm gonna move right on to the photography winners. Our number 1 is Kester Kanayo Onyemechi, what influenced your dabbling into photography? Was it the power in the scenery of University of Benin? Was it geology or something in your DNA or family traits? Talk to us.
I don't think it's like I don't know. I cannot say it's something in my DNA, and I cannot say it's geology. Okay, I actually entered photography to actually find a way to express myself. Because I would say used to because I don't do much of it right now again. Although I still do it, but like I used to write poetry and short stories. But like I was looking for ways to express myself more. And then 2016, I went ahead to like search for a photography tutor and everything. I think I just was attracted to photography because I love the idea of telling stories, of documenting things that people are definitely going to look back to one day and say, okay, yes, something like this actually ever existed. So that's probably why I entered photography. But in Nigeria, you cannot exactly just survive by just doing what you love. You have to actually like earn a living from it. So that's another reason why currently I am a professional photographer.
Thank you very much, Kester. We appreciate you and we want you to keep it going. Be positive and influence people in a good way. So we're going to go to the last person, Folarunsho David or Adura Igbemi. Good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for.
I have a question for you. How did you find out about Ofiar, about this competition? And how do you think it will help you connect in the future?
Okay, I saw this competition and that Nigerian photography. Someone sent it on the group chat, and I registered. And with everything I've heard today, I think it will help us to connect in the future by traveling. Actually, what made me start photographing is travel, photojournalism, and the.
Thank you very much. That is why you all have to connect with Ofiar so that we can continue to support you one way or the other, and you can harness all of your natural features, leadership skills. We are here to help you to make you better and greater citizens of our country. So thank you very much. I don't know if Samuel is here or Abosede is here, but I think we have been able to have some conversation with some of our top leaders of these competitions. So thank you so much and congratulations once again. I am Kaira Tanimasham Ajiboye, and I'm from Lagos Island, Lagos State. Yes.
We have Justin Colby raising his hand and then Cyprian. Justin, please unmute yourself.
I'm very, very much pleased to be on this platform at this moment. And I won't fail to appreciate Ofiar. It's been a nice journey thus far. I made my submissions reluctantly. I was able to come across Ofiar through one of my distant mentors in person of Pastor Greg Elkan. I'm very, very happy and very, very open to take up roles or any assignments that will see Ofiar going higher than it is right now. I'm very, very joyous that a group of people can be this ready to make a movement, because it is very glaring that when we sit and watch things happen the way they do, they are never going to change. I can see the stars. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Justin. That's very, very encouraging. Thank you for coming from you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alex. I'm a student from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. I'm currently studying pharmacy. Initially, that was last year when I happened to, I first of all heard about Ofiar, and I was like, what's this, like what's these people all about. I was so inquisitive to know what they had to really offer. So I happened to be in this group in my hometown. It's called I'm from Anambra, so my hometown. So the intellectuals and some of us who are students. So one of us posted that, okay, look at this same offer. They are gonna be doing real essay and photojournalism. So I said, okay, here we go. I would love to see how I can just do. So in fact, to be sincere, I put my whole, like I did the very best I could in the essay, and then when I was done, I felt okay. Let me just leave it. I don't need to do that for the photojournalism. So I was like, okay, I'm in school and I'm just reading my books. I'm doing other things I need to do. How can I just be in school and wouldn't? So I said, let me just try put some little energy, walk around, get get nice shots and see what we have here. So immediately I did all that. I just knew somehow I am going to like just like I knew for sure that I would come out as one of the winners, but and then I got the text. Sorry, I got a mail from Ofiar. I really want to say I'm so happy and excited this evening, and Ofiar is really on fire, and it's like the vibe is yes, the vibe is just so much, and I really want to thank them for making us harness, our skills, looking just, in like inside of every one of us. We're able to bring out some of these dormant skills and express it, show it out there to the world. So for me, I would remain ever grateful, and I would always, just like Justin said, I would always love, I would want to see better ways on how to identify with the association and do better and much more better in the nearest future. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you
Ma.
very much, Alex. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you
are
very much.
motivated and excited.
Thank you, Ma.
Yeah, then let me add something here. That would reach out to now we had 20 finalists and then 10 winners emerged from the 20 finalists. So we're going to be posting the list of the 20 finalists as well in the chat. And it was like we had said before, it was keenly contested. Even the 20 finalists, it was a hard decision. So congratulations to the finalists as well, and we look forward to engaging further finalists and every single person that put in an effort into this. Kairos, please go ahead. So sorry.
So I think we are at that point where we go to the next item on the agenda, because we have not been able to get Samuel de Rusuta and Apostle de Yunana to come up and speak. And Temple, we missed Temple, and we missed Favor Obioha. As the only lady, would have loved to hear from her, though I saw her typing earlier. So having said that, we appreciate every one of you. We would love to connect with you, talk to you one-on-one, but today is not the day for all of that. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing your love for your country. Thank you for bringing out those skill sets within you that you didn't even know you had. We appreciate that, and we want you to be part of us. Over to you, Sire.
Thank you so much, Kairos. And then now we're going to move to the decision points of people's choice. This is where we need everybody on their keypads to help us decide on the People's Choice Award. We're going to have a slideshow of 10 of the best images, the images that we think are the best from the photography competition. I would need you to please select. The poll is going to show on your screen. We're going to give 2 minutes. We'll count down 2 minutes for each person on this call to vote, and we'll announce the winner of the People's Choice Award. Thank you so much, everyone. Interesting. So we're going to share the results for the People's Choice Award. We had 34 people vote on this, and the award goes to picture 3. The winner of the award goes to picture 3. Thank you so much, everyone, for voting on this. And this will also have the same price as the honorable mention. Thanks so much, everyone.
All right. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Well, we'll get the name of the contestant. Like we said, we made this blind. All the judges, every single judge did not know who the individual people are. They didn't know the name, they didn't know the age, they didn't know the location, their school or nothing. It was just blind. So, and that was the best way to do it. So we're glad again you guys competed. And it was really a very good, it showed the quality of Nigerians, what they can do. We really want to call on everybody in this that attended this, and we hope you extend that to your friends, your relatives, and your acquaintances, that we all have the same passion for Nigeria. We all wish Nigeria well. We know that we can do better, and the only thing keeping us back is our leadership. I think it's time for us to be very active about it. If you don't want to join Ofiar, join another group that has dedicated, patriotic people that are really interested in genuinely changing Nigeria. There's no selfish interest here. It's all about our future. Some of us don't have anything much to offer in life except just the best for other people. And from our own personal evaluations and my own personal evaluation, the best thing in life that can make you happy is to give. And as a Nigerian, what we're doing is very far from what we could do. The only thing holding us back is our leadership, and we got to change it. It's not going to change unless we make efforts to do it. Despite your age, despite your class, despite your education, let's join as a community, let's join as a group, let's change things. Without it, we're not going to make anything. We're not going to change anything. We congratulate the winners, and we hope that you guys log onto our site, our website, join us on Twitter, join us on our Instagram accounts, and hopefully you can contribute in your own way to ultimately helping Ofiar to change Nigeria for the better. People's Choice Award in the photography is Nzube Emegbo. I don't know if you're here, Nzube Emegbo, you're the People's Choice. You're going to get the same financial compensation as the first 7 on both the photojournalist competition and the essay competition. Nzube Emegbo, if you're here, congratulations. Thank you again, everybody, for joining. Busayo, I'm going to hand it back to you so that Uche can do his thing.
So while Uche is coming up, the first place winners, the prize is 150,000 naira. Second place is 100,000 naira. The third place is 50,000 naira. And all the honorable mentions are going to get 20,000 naira each, in addition to the winner of the People's Choice Awards. Now we're going to bring up Dr. Uche Ojiako for the closing remarks, the call to action, and then the vote of thanks.
Congratulations to the honorees of the inaugural photojournalism contest. We commend you for your time, for your effort, and your commitment. My name is Uche Ojiako. I am from Imo State. I live in Houston, Texas. This inaugural event has been inspiring to us. I speak on behalf of Ofiar. We read 127 essays and filtered through countless pictures. I can't count. And there's hope. Nigerians are industrious everywhere. The high quality of the work only proved what we already knew. Given the proper environment and support, there are no limits to the potential of Nigeria's youth. I mean, there's incredible, immense talent. We just need to provide a safe and fruitful environment to let these talents bubble up. There's a quote that I read on a website, and it says, "Healthy nations are never built by people given to debauchery or irreverence." And what that means is, any society that throws away its talent is bound to suffer. And what we are trying to do here is to say, no, we're going to reclaim what is ours. We have the people, we have the talent, we have the desire. So there's no reason why we should not have the Nigeria of our dreams. And we use this opportunity to encourage you all to get involved in creating the Nigeria that we all deserve. Use your talent to demand more of yourselves, more of your friends, more of your community, and especially your government. This platform is just one way to express yourselves and to tell the story of our Nigeria, to tell the story of the Nigeria that you want. It is important for us not to lose sight of that fact. So in coming here today, I say that we are thankful that people thought enough about this to actually to give their time. You guys are the next generation of historians. You know, we've had experts in photography, experts in writing. They've given of their time, and the whole goal was to inspire you to do more. You're the next generation of historians and documenters of the Nigerian story. The hope that we have is, after having this experience, you will now start to think of Nigeria in the future. How do you craft a message that says to the world, this is who we are, this is what we're capable of, and this is what we want you to know of us? There's another quote that I saw. I don't know who to credit this to, but it says ineptocracy. Ineptocracy, that is a government of inept people, a system of government where the least capable to lead are elected by the least capable of producing, and where the members of society least likely to sustain themselves or succeed are rewarded with goods and services paid for by the confiscated wealth of a diminishing number of producers. You know, that is probably the most profound statement I have read in a long time. And it kind of sums up where we are right now. The point of this exercise is to say, we need to run as far and as fast away from ineptocracy. So where we see it, we should treat it as a pariah. We should treat it as a disease, as a cancer, and we should cut it out and throw it away to the heap of history. As Dr. Chuka said, there's an incredible opportunity here for us. There's an incredible opportunity for you, the youth. Get involved. Don't just sit on the sideline. If you have a pen, use it. If you have a camera, use it. If you have musical talent, use it. If you have physical strength, use it. So, we are very inspired, and we hope you are as well. On behalf of Ofiar, the Organization for Impact and Reform, I wish to thank you all our guests, all our participants, all the winners for joining us today and on this inaugural event. Our hope is to see you next year, but more importantly, we hope you will be inspired to play a role in building the Nigeria that we all deserve. And we welcome your participation. Join us. Join us, please. And bring your friends and your family along. Thank you for your time, and be well. Good luck. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Uche. Thank you so much to everyone who've heard it. You're all invited to join us. We're trying to quickly, okay, there's an error apparently on the winner of the People's Choice Award. The picture belongs to Folorunso David Aduragbemi. Apologies, and not the person that was announced earlier. We apologize for this error, and we hope, we're not sure if Folorunso is here. We imagine he's here. Congratulations again. And of course, the person that was announced before too, you did well. That's Muzube Emego. Hopefully, I hope you got the honorable mention on another place. That way, you still have an award. Congratulations again. This is Organization for Impact and Reform. The short is Ofiar. we're asking everyone, please follow us on social media. It's at Ofiar NG, OFIARNG, and our website is www.ofiar.org, ofior.org. Feel free to check in from time to time. And after this event, we're going to be, from everybody that attended, we're going to do call to action. We're going to invite you to join us to see places that you can identify and be a part of. You will hear from us by email. We're leaving this open, open conversations. We want to hear from the participants. We want to hear from different places. To keep it easier, it might be easier if people raise their hands to speak.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Uche Henry. From Imo State, and I got the link of this competition from my uncle. And I'm very glad to be among the finalists in the photo competition. Thank you very much.
I wish to thank the competition organizers for such a wonderful opportunity. Actually, I don't know, I just met the link for the competition few days before the deadline day. And then I was able to scribble something. Just I said, let me give it a trial. And then the trial has resulted into something marvelous. I'm really grateful. And then to the fellow winners, especially the top three, I say big congratulations to them. Indeed, they have really tried. And then I wish to also urge the competition organizers to always keep and maintain this type of competition so that young ones and then students can also find things that keep them active. You can imagine I had to travel a distance of over 4 hours trying to reach to a friend who has Zoom so I could log into this meeting with his phone. So I really call it something important, and I'm grateful and I'm happy for the chance you have given me. Thank you and God bless.
I have a question for you. We've been waiting for you for a while. So let me ask you the question while you answer. Okay, the question is this. You're an impact-driven social entrepreneur, a writer, a photographer, a podcaster, and an all-round storyteller. Can you tell us what really motivates you to deliver your stories to create impact? Is it empathy, love, poverty, politics? Which is it?
About telling our stories by us. So it's more like Africans telling their stories by themselves and for change. So that is what actually inspired me to telling stories, and not just telling stories for change.
Okay, Favor, I have a question for you.
All right, good evening.
Yeah, you're a student entrepreneur. Can you tell us how photography helps you solve problems and make money at the same time?
All right. Okay, for now, I'm still practicing photography. I'm not like very, very professional in it yet. So I'm currently taking people pictures and product pictures for now. So yeah, that's it.
And you sell them?
No, not yet. I don't. I just take product pictures for my products.
Great, great. That helps you with marketing.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Emmanuel Chibuike.
Well, first of all, my video seems to be frozen this minute, so I'm just gonna hope that folks will see the picture without seeing the actual movements. Yeah, my name is Samuel Mbono, and I actually dialed in from Washington, D.C. On the invitation of a good friend of mine in the region, Dr. Amoike. And I have to say that I'm quite impressed by what I'm saying. I've always known that Nigerian youth are very capable, but I had reason to transition to Nigeria about 3 years ago. I spent 1 whole year in Nigeria, and I saw that the problems are actually threefold, if you really want to look at it seriously. One is the leadership. 2 is the lack of infrastructure for the youth to actually produce. We're talking about modern infrastructure like electricity and telecommunications. And the 3rd is the mindset of the actual youth. Over the 1 year that I spent in Nigeria, I had reason to believe that many among the youth even though they are very talented, but their integrity also is not where it should be compared to the integrity of their colleagues in other parts of the world. And that is also a function of how the society has evolved through the years, where everything is about money and everything is about how do I make a fast buck. So what I would like to advise the youth is that if they can temper down their material expectation for a period of time, they will still get to where they want to get. And that's the time that they build their integrity and focus on where their talents are. Because it's unusual for a 27-year-old, for example, to want to drive a Range Rover in the United States, unless he's performing somewhere on stage or something like that. But in Nigeria, I met people that are very young that have never really produced much, wanting to have those material trappings that they don't have any basis to aspire to at the stage that they were in life. And so I would encourage the youth to perhaps temper down their material expectations a little bit and focus on their talents and their productive energy. And if they do that over a period of time, things will begin to take care of itself. But otherwise, it's been a great session, and I applaud all the winners and all the contestants for making the efforts. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. When I spoke earlier, I did really appreciate the organization. So I want to appreciate the organization for giving me this opportunity or for giving us this opportunity to express ourselves through writing. At first, I was quite skeptical about the competition, especially after writing it. I didn't really see much. I was quite skeptical about it, but I was surprised when I got the mail that when I got the mail that final was going to take place on this date. So I'm really happy, and I want to also congratulate other winners, especially the photography winners. Like the pictures were awesome, they were wonderful. Thank you, Ofiar, and I hope to work with the organization in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We look forward to hearing from you. For those asking how to join, please go to our website, www.ofiar.org, and then you find a space that says, when you scroll down, you see join us. Under join us, there's a form to fill to contact us. You see the different categories where you can participate in, and please send us a message to contact us. We would also follow up with you by email to be able to let you know how to participate further. So Alex, or fire members, if you want to speak, please raise your hand. Alex, go ahead. Alex hand is raised. Alex, please unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Good evening once again to everyone. I want to send my last regards, my final appreciation to, yes, to you first of all, Mabusayor. I want to thank Ms. Kirat. I want to thank Dr. Fatima. I want to thank Sauche. I want to thank you too, Saham. I'm really, really, really grateful. The whole organizer of Ofiar, and then someone here who tried, talking, but had the network issues. He's actually like it. He was the one that started that group, and I'm very sure without him, I doubt if I would be able to know about this very competition. He's Emmanuel Chibike, Madrekwe by my name, and who happens to be my very own mentor. So I am really, really so happy he was here to even see that I was one of the finalists. So finally, I just want to say I'm really happy, and thank you so much, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much, Alex, and for putting his spotlight. Sadly, we can't. His network is really bad. We can barely pick out his words. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Chibike, for being an ambassador of Ofiar. We look forward to welcoming you fully on board. Thank you so much. Vitus Obin, please unmute yourself. Vitus Obin.
I am very happy to be on Ofiar today. I was invited by my friend Favor, who actually won the the photography section as the third person. I'm delighted. And the lectures here, it was wonderful. I learned a lot from the lectures. And I must commend Ofiar for their for these lectures. You guys really did well with the lectures, and I learned a lot. I congratulate my friend Favor Obioha and Madam Atempo too. We are all footlights, and I'm very grateful to you, Ofiar, for giving them this award. I say kudos to both of them and to everybody else who won and the finalists too who didn't get anything for this moment. I say kudos to them and tell them that they should try harder and they are going to get there in future. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No more hands raised. Ofiar members, we had Dr. Julius Oni, Dr. John Adesioye, anyone? Dr. Oge. We're not all doctors, right? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm an architect. And then the pages are being displayed. What I announced earlier is ofiar.org, the website, social media, Ofiar NG. Please. Okay. If we don't have any other person that wants to speak, I believe it's fine to wrap up now. Or we'll go over to the DJ and let's dig it a bit.
I think we can wrap up anyway. A little bit of technical glitches beyond our control. We have a lot of work to do, obviously. For everyone who's still here, definitely grateful for your presence and participation. While we still try to work out the wrinkle with the music, stay in touch with us. Stay tuned for additional meetings, organizational meetings, where we can figure out the work ahead of us and how every one of us can play a role in helping overcome the obstacles and continue to march forward as an organization towards an ability to make an impact. If we continue to have technical glitches, we could probably just wrap up at this point, I imagine. And we can continue to communicate with each other through our various channels, Twitter, our website, and our WhatsApp pages. For all the new people who signed up today, we would reach out to each of you individually and bring you on board and see how we can take advantage of your interest and skills. Thanks again, everybody.
Where we celebrate. Sorry, whatever. So we had an error with an announcement for the number 10. I think in the essays, what we're going to do is to bring in the person originally number 10, but we're going to have an extra honorable mention. So Akohe Omori, it will be we'll reach out to both of you. We'll have an extra honorable mention. Thank you. Well, let's get time to celebrate. Is anybody popping something?
This your dressing now, wow.
I told him that.
This your dressing a serious matter.
I told him to bring the look.
Who's dressing?
Uche.
Yes, I know. Oh my gosh, I was hoping somebody would comment.
Simple. It's just a top. I didn't do anything.
It's not simple though. I thought you were easy.
I told him he did not believe me. I told him
really good. I'm impressed.
You should have had people try.
Great job.
What did you say?
You should have had the cap and then the walking stick.
I'll do that next time.
Crown you tonight.
I'll do that next time.
That's nice. Thanks.
What's up, Solar Judge? How you doing, man?
Fine. Great job. Great job. Congratulations, Ofiar.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Dr. John Adesioye. Thank you for supporting us in the background.
I hope you're doing fine in Texas. I'm thankful. I just said it's doing fine in Texas.
I should have called to check. Are you okay, Uche?
Yeah, he said it's fine. He said it's fine in Texas.
And thanks was going to follow up some comments, but I kept it up to the time that I was allotted. So.
I was saying, Sorosoke.
Sorosoke.
It's Sorosoke. I was like, what is he saying?
We got it. I hope I didn't massacre people's names.
I thought he was speaking a foreign language.
That was nice. Really nice.
All right, guys. Let me attend to my repairs now.
Okay, I hope you're fine in Texas, though.
Yeah, we're fine. Everybody's.
You know we love you. Be good.
We're thinking about you.
Bye. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Margaret, great job.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kyra. Thanks, everyone.
Love your hair.
Thanks, Emeka. Thanks, Aham.
Dr. Patty, great job. Everybody.
Everybody was just shining. Thank you so much.
Dancing time tomorrow. Let's have a dancing time tomorrow. Okay?
You know, another thing is that Aham is a DJ. I found out about him.
Yes, sir. All router.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Shehu is here. Shehu, yay. Nice to see your face. Can't hear you though.
I know. Thanks, Margaret.
Thanks, Fatima.
Professor Chidi, this is your music. What's in the top for the music now? Dr. Chadi, show me this one.
Correct job, man. Correct. This is this one.
Great job. You guys correct job. Good job. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Oh, great job, bro. Hey, Yo, nice one. Then we'll turn your generator. Turn your generator on, Tim.
What'd you say?
Oh, you're in the car. All right.
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm on the road.
All right.
Yeah. I'll hit you up after.
Go on to walk on the website, bro.